Have you ever felt embarrassed in a conversation because you mispronounced a word? You're not alone. So many people make the same mistakes without even knowing it. Pronunciation is kind of like tying a bow tie. If you twist it wrong at the start, well, no matter how much you pull or adjust, you'll never get the look quite right. But once you learn the rhythm, the right folds, the right pressure, everything falls into place. Look at that. See? English pronunciation works the same way. If you get the rhythm right, the stress in the right spot, and suddenly you sound clear and confident. So, stick around, because today we're going to fix some of the most common pronunciation mistakes and get you sounding smooth in minutes. And don't forget, later in the Mastery Minute, I will share a fun tongue twister to help you train your mouth and your mind at the same time. So be sure to like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who wants to sound more confident in English. Every click helps other learners find these tips. So that's right. If you have a question, drop it in the comments or in the chat, and I'll answer a few right after the Mastery Minute. Are you ready? Let's get into it. I want to introduce you to Hye-Jin. Hye-Jin she speaks great English, but during meetings, people sometimes asked her to repeat herself. Even when, hold on just a minute, my daughter just came in. Come here. Say hello. Come on, say hello to all the people. This is my daughter. Say hello. Hi, everybody. Can you say hi? Hi. Okay, I guess she's too shy to say hello. All right. All right, sorry about the interruption. So Hye-Jin spoke great English, but people would often ask her to repeat herself, even when her grammar and her vocabulary were perfect. Why? Because her pronunciation was not perfect. Words like focus or culture came out as polkus, and kulcha. Okay? It's a little different, but it doesn't really work. So they're small differences, but they do make a big impact in your communications. So when she realized that pronunciation wasn't just about sounds, but about muscle memory and rhythm, everything started to change. And within weeks, she sounded more natural, more confident, and easier to understand. So people stopped asking her to repeat things, and instead they just listened. And that's what we're tackling today, the simple habits that fix pronunciation fast. So, what are the most common pronunciation mistakes, and how can you fix them? Well, let's break it down. All right, let's jump into the good stuff. You don't need a perfect accent to sound great in English. I mean, come on, think about it. All these famous actors who come from other countries, they speak English and they've still managed to succeed. I mean, I'm thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger right now because, he's got such a great accent, but he speaks wonderful English. All you need is clarity, rhythm, and confidence. So I'm going to give you 5 quick fixes that you can start using today. Are you ready? I hope you are, because we're going to jump right into it. Okay, number 1. Uh-oh. One of the biggest mistakes that learners make is dropping final consonant sounds. For example, take becomes tay. Need becomes knee. Best becomes bess. Well, that final sound might seem small, but it carries meaning, and it can even change the word completely. For instance, play versus plate, fine versus find. That one little sound can make or break understanding. So here's the trick. I want you to exaggerate. That means make it bigger. Exaggerate a little when you practice. Try this with me, okay? We got take, need, best. Right? Easy. You know, I was working with a student once, and she kept saying I knee instead of I need. So one day in class, I got her to exaggerate that final d sound so much that everybody in the class laughed. But guess what? She never forgot it again. Sometimes a little exaggeration is exactly what you need and what your brain needs to form the habit. So practice like this. You know, say the word slowly, making sure you finish strong. Then say it faster and link it to a sentence. For example, I need time. He's the best teacher. That's me. I'm just kidding. Take care. Take care. See that extra sound. Your mouth will get used to finishing each word, and soon it will feel natural. Once you train that habit, you won't sound so unfinished. You'll sound confident, clear, and fluent. Okay? All right, next up. We're going to talk about vowel sounds, the long and the short vowels. It's a trap. It's a trap. English has words that kind of come in pairs, like ship and sheep, bit and beat, full and fool. Now, the only difference between each word is the vowel length, short versus long. But here's the funny part. That tiny difference can cause some big misunderstandings. You know, I once had a student who said, I'm living on the beach, but it sounded like I'm living in the beach. Oh, bitch is a female dog. Beach is a sandy place next to the ocean. Okay. So you can imagine the reaction, right? It sounded like I'm that. So, you know, we said, all right, I made the correction. We both laughed and then practiced it until she got it right. So try this mini drill. These are just simple things like ship, that's a boat. Sheep, it's an animal. Bit and beat. Full and fool. You see how your mouth stretches a little longer for the long vowels. That's why we call them long. Try exaggerating that stretch when you practice. Like you're saying the word in slow motion. Sheep, sheep. Beat, fool. See my mouth? Over time, your muscles in your mouth will memorize the right shape. Another trick is to record yourself reading a short dialogue or a line from a movie. You know, for example, I will ship the order today versus I will ship the order today. See the difference? Play it back and listen. Do you hear it? Even native speakers mess this up sometimes when they speak too fast. So don't stress about it. It's not about sounding British or American. It's about being understood clearly, okay? Don't worry. It's all right. Okay, next up. Oh, we're running late. Oh my goodness, I got that interruption. Okay, so here's one that most learners never get taught properly. Word, stress, and rhythm. Okay? English is a stress-timed language. That means we don't give equal time to every syllable. We punch the important ones. For example, photograph. Oh, photograph. Photographer. How about photographic? They're all based on the same word, but they sound different because we put the stress in different places. Another common pattern is record, that's a noun, versus record, and that's a verb. Interesting. Or how about present versus present? Wow, nuts, right? Notice how the meaning of the word changes when the stress changes. You can see this all the time. It's like switching instruments in the middle of the song. So now, if you want to find more examples of this, you can search for word stress pairs or check pronunciation resources like dictionaries that mark the stress with a little apostrophe. So look for patterns where the stress moves between noun and verb form. It's very important. And now this is the music of English. Once you hear it, you can start feeling it, and you won't have to stress so much. All right, next up we have linking and flow. Okay, let's talk about linking. Connecting words smoothly so you don't sound robotic. This is where English starts to sound like music instead of a checklist of words. Instead of saying something like, I want to eat it. See how robotic that sounds? Just say something, I want to eat it. Instead of saying last time, you can shorten it, link it together, say last time. Last time we met, Or good morning. You can say good morning. I do this all the time, because I'm a native speaker. Or when you say good evening, let it flow. Push it together. Say good evening. Good evening. See how everything starts to connect? English speakers connect words naturally. It's how they keep rhythm. So try shadowing short clips from YouTube or podcasts. Mimic the flow, not just the words. It's one of the fastest ways to train your ear and your tongue. The more you listen to the music of English, the easier it becomes to follow along. All right? Wow, we are really going overtime today, but that's all right. We're going to speed it up here. Fix number 5, practice with video shadowing. Now that you know how linking works and all of the other things, let's talk about how to practice on your own. Okay, one of the best techniques is called mirroring. So watch a short video and copy the speaker's pronunciation, the rhythm, and emotion in real time. So start small. It doesn't have to be anything long. Choose a 10-second clip from, a TED Talk or YouTube or a movie scene. And one of the places I like to go is a place called playphrase.me. Playphrase.me or Youglish, where you can actually type a phrase that you want to hear and then instantly hear it back in a real movie or an interview clip. It's really cool. So listen once, then replay and try to speak along with the person. Okay? Matching their tone and their timing. You can focus on how their mouth moves and how the words connect. Then record yourself and compare. You'll catch where your rhythm or pronunciation drifts, and that's how you get better. Just 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes a day, or 10 if you really want to go crazy with it. That builds habit. It builds muscle memory, and it helps you sound more fluent without overthinking it. You know, you don't need all these grammar rules, okay? All right, let's move along to, hey, let's talk nicely to ourselves. If you ever think, oh man, my pronunciation is terrible. By the way, it is pronunciation, not pronunciation. That's okay. Change it to, I'm improving every time I speak. Pronunciation isn't about perfection, it's about progress. So every little fix, every small little thing that you do adds up to a clearer, more confident you. Don't forget it. All right? All right. What is one English word you always struggle with to pronounce? Drop it in the chat. I want to hear about it. And I'll give you a quick tip or correction right after we finish the show, okay? All right. Here is your challenge for this week. Choose one or two or three or all of today's pronunciation tips and fixes and practice it for just 5 minutes every single day this week. Then record yourself, listen back, and notice the difference. And if you want more tips like these, check out the full blog post. The link is in the description and in the chat. And join the Mastery course to get structured lessons. Well, actually one structured lesson that shows you how to sound clear, natural, and professional in just 10 minutes a day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend who's looking for confidence. All right. Sorry, we lost the camera for just a second. Now it's time for the Mastery Minute. It's my favorite time of the show. Have you ever tried to say something so fast that your tongue felt like it was in a knot? Like that? That's exactly the phrase. That's exactly where the phrase tongue twister comes from. The idea goes back to the 19th century when teachers and speech coaches used tricky sentences to help students practice clear pronunciation. Okay? A tongue twister, I haven't gotten there yet. A tongue twister means a phrase that's difficult to say quickly and correctly. See? Quickly and correctly. But it's also one of the most fun ways to train your pronunciation. You're literally giving your mouth a workout. So here's a classic one. See the lady there? She's got these seashells. So the classic tongue twister starts, she sells seashells by the seashore. If you try to say it quickly, it's tough, okay? See, I messed it up on the first part. She sells seashells by the seashore. Now, fun fact. This one was inspired by a real person. Mary Anning was a fossil collector from England, and her discoveries helped to shape early paleontology. So try it. Try saying, she sells seashells by the seashore. Try it 3 times fast. Fast! Tongue twisters strengthen your mouth muscles and make your pronunciation sharper. So start slow, then pick up the speed. All right? Now, here's another one. I want you to try this challenge. Red lorry, yellow lorry. A lorry is a truck, by the way. Red lorry, yellow lorry. This helps you with your L and R sounds. Next one. Unique New York. So you can master some vowel combinations. Then there's my favorite, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If you're struggling with the P sound, this is great for you. These are tough, but they work wonders. So practice a new one every week, and you'll feel your pronunciation getting smoother and stronger with every try. You can find hundreds of tongue twisters online. Just search English tongue twisters for pronunciation. And then there are books and videos that focus on full-length tongue twisters that are used by actors and public speakers, which are great for daily warm-ups. All right. And that is it, folks. All the time we have for today. Tonight we talked about quick fixes for pronunciation, from word endings to rhythm and linking, and that will all help to make your English sound clear and confident. Next time, we are diving into how to captivate anyone with simple word choices. You'll see how small, clear vocabulary changes can instantly make your English sound smarter, warmer, and more persuasive. All right. That's all the time we have for today. I'm Dennis Wilborn, and this has been 15-Minute Mastery. Thanks for joining me.